Hello, everybody, and welcome to um, today's ODTN use case team call. Thanks for joining. I have a few updates on my side, then, as usual, we'll go through the updates from everybody. Um, so, from my side, I published the ONF Connect video update, which is here. You can go see it. More than welcome to. Any comments or thoughts are welcome. It focuses more on the part that was on premises at Connect, a little less on the Telefonica side, but it encompasses both. So thanks for that. I also, again, just to reiterate the message from last time, we published the upcoming the the results from the Telefonica Peru trial. It's a first blog post from Whitestack. We're working on a second one, more extensive, with Telefonica and others for publishing the results of the project. So that's very good. And a major announcement will be done at the TIP Summit. And you can see this here in this blog post here. I linked it in the agenda over here. The other major thing that we did in the past few days, it's actually been like a month since we were working on this, but the results came in a few days ago and were published a few days ago. It's the Candy Tip group that we discussed last time, and these have been published by NTT in accordance with Telefonica. And you can read the blog post. It's about the end-to-end packet optical demonstration where ONOS is managing the ADVA line system and the two Cassinis and other multi-vendor transponders within the Telefonica environment. So that's very good. Thanks for the help of our friends at ADVA and the others who supported this lab trial. This has been done on premises at Telefonica. You can read more about all the details in this blog post. It's a pretty good success. We managed to do an end-to-end demonstration with an overarching controller managing all of the TAPI. So that was pretty good. An update from the OpenConfig driver consolidation. There is this in-depth table that I've discussed with Kingston and the rest of the team at PLC Networks last Wednesday. We are very much aligned on the strategy forward, which is this understanding the differences and then starting from the simplest, the one with more commonalities, and merge those together. So that's it's very good. I know that the team at PLC Network are doing this analysis for the rest of the drivers, meaning the flow root programmable, the power config, and others. And across all the different devices that we have, meaning the Cassini, the Nokia, the ADVA, the ZTE, and the others we have, the Infinera, they're going to be merged through this effort. I don't see Kingston on the call, but I think this is a pretty good recap. They will be continuously working on this, and they're going to start probably refactoring with the flow programmable, and we're going to go behavior by behavior. So the first behavior will be changed, modified, merged together with the others, and uploaded as a batch. And I'll send it out. I reached out to different people to make sure that they were okay with testing this in their lab with their equipment. So I have a green light for that from many of us, and it's very good. It's a very good effort, I think. Before I go forward, any questions, any comments? Okay. Then let me step forward and ask Ivan and Dominique, how's the effort on the cross connection command going, and what's the status of that?
Hello, Andrea. Concerning the cross-connect CLI command on ONOS, it's under, I think it has been tested, reviewed here. I think it's working perfectly. It is working perfectly. We are in the process to release the command. I didn't have a formal go, but it will arrive, I think, during this week or later, beginning of next week. This is unfortunately all I can say today.
It will be soon.
It will come soon. Yeah, hopefully.
Thanks. That would be good to have. Thanks for the update, guys. Much appreciated. I don't see Jan on the call, but he's given me an update on the side regarding the checklight drivers. So he started working on the Flow programmable and the way to retrieve connection and send connections to the modems, and is working on those and still keeping those the implementation on Gerrit, and I think it's going fairly well. So that was, you can still see the patch over here. I encourage you to go and see and check it out. If you have any comments, stuff like that, please feel free to put them on the patch. Next up, I want to ask Sterlite and Cheetah in particular if they have an update on the forward error correction and the bit error rate. How's the work going over there?
Yeah. Yes, so we have started working on the FEC and BER, and in BER, in the open config terminal devices, there are two parameters, that is the post FEC, post FEC BER and pre FEC BER. So we plan to make a single behavior for both of them. Is that fine, right?
I would say yeah, that would be okay, perfectly fine by me. I would it's a BER behavior, and you can use it to query post and prefect. I think that's perfectly fine.
Both together, just one behavior for both of them, right?
Yeah, that's fine. I would say two methods, like in Power we have a target input and target output power. I think the
Yeah.
same approach can be done here. Same behavior, post-fac and pre-fac. I think that's perfectly
Yeah,
fine.
so that is okay. So we'll proceed with that.
Okay, that's very good. As soon as you have something, please do upload it on Gerrit, so we can take a look at it and we can comment on it. And since this is an interface, it will go under it can undergo some discussion. So please do upload it and we'll take a look at it.
Sure, we'll do that.
Okay, thanks.
Welcome.
Okay. Another update I personally have from myself is the GMPY integration. So it's progressing. I've discussed with Jan and Esther from Orange, and we have agreed on this JSON structure, and I'm currently now parsing the JSON structure in ONOS to request the connectivity from two endpoints and receive it back with a certain wavelength and the path itself. So that is an ongoing effort. I plan to finish the code by this week because I'm doing also many other things. So I plan to finish the code this week and then do some testing next week. I have a Docker image provided by Jan that I can use to test my implementation. And it's going to be initially a very crude implementation. There's going to be some assumptions that are going to be made in terms of frequency and grid and stuff like that. But I think that is a stepstone for then allowing also the community and you guys to step in and expand more and more on this. As soon the more we get more functionality out of both ONOS and JPY, so we can use it more. As I said, this initial one will be 50 gigahertz grid, WDM, very simple use case. And some of these things might be partially hard coded in the code base. But then I think that starting from this, we're going to evaluate what are the components that are missing or that could be done better. And then we can use that evaluation and this initial code base to further strengthen the implementation. Any thoughts, any questions? Okay. This is going to be presented at the TIP Summit. We have a launch page that I am putting together and updating for the summit itself. I'm going to be there, the ONF booth. So if anybody is interested in having a meeting or discussion on the next steps of the project and is coming to TIP Summit, just feel free to reach out. Probably going to be at the booth most of the time, and if not, you can definitely catch me around. So those were all the updates from my side. See somebody that has just joined. Does anybody have any updates on their end? I know that we did this 1 hour earlier because of the time zone to keep in sync with the Pacific Standard Time. Anything that you guys want to discuss? No? Then if not, thanks everybody. I'll keep you guys posted on the chat and the mailing list and the discussions. You can definitely follow up on different action items and action points that we have over here. And as soon as the patches that are upstream to be checked and discussed on Gerrit. Please do take a look at the initial work that Kingston and the team at PLC had done with this spreadsheet. There's a lot in here that needs to be discussed. For example, the difference between the component implementation or the interface or the logical channel that is used for the ports. That is definitely something worth discussing in which one is the best choice. My take is component because that is a physical component that is a port, but we can discuss that. There's also minor details in the netcom session, for example, for the Nokia hardware that needs a second authentication, this method needs to be broken up.
Andrea, by the way, for the our device Nokia, I mean, the second authentication has been removed in our latest release of the OpenConfig implementation. So we might update the driver soon.
Oh, nice. That would be very good. If you guys could create a second version of the driver without that authentication, that would be great. Because I think that is one of the differences that we have in the implementation, and that actually brings in a lot more complication than what we hoped for. So yeah, I would encourage you guys to take a look at the driver and the code base and remove it if possible by basically updating the driver version to a new one.
Yep, sure. Thanks.
Okay. And as I said, this as soon as I have the other drivers, the same table for the other drivers, I'll upload it over here, and you guys can take a look at. Really, the other drivers are a lot more similar between themselves, between the different implementation is just maybe a little here and there that changes for like port or something, a string that is in there. So I think that's going to be simpler to adapt. And I actually suggest Kingston to start over there. But if anybody who has implemented the software for these drivers has to share some thoughts with the Kingston and his team, please feel free to comment here if there is some understanding that is not correct in this spreadsheet. That would be good to have because based on these spreadsheet, there will be the implementation, meaning that if the understanding in the spreadsheet is wrong, then the consolidated implementation would have that wrong understanding. So please feel free to comment here, just to open Google Sheets, and you can easily comment over there on the different things. So feel free to do so if you have anything to discuss over there. So having said that, still on target to release. One thing that I want to let everybody know about is that we moved from Basel 1.0 to from Basel 0.27 something to Basel 1.0, which is a major release of Basel for every ONOS version after 1.15. And that is because we wanted to get the stable released version of Bazel according to the Google standard, and that has basically enabled us to future-proof the code base a lot more, and that will come in the release that we're going to do hopefully in January. I know that everybody who has actually done some development already has hit this element, this barrier, but I have having to upgrade Bazel. But I think it's a very good implementation on that side. Another point that I forgot is that related to related to the OpenConfig drivers, there is another possible implementation that Alessio is working on. That was done some months ago, but then it got stopped in development for a set of reasons. And now it's revived again. That has a different approach. It doesn't use the terminal transceiver behavior, but it uses the flow programmable for both client side and client side. So that's a pretty good approach. I think it moves a behavior and enables you to use one, but it would need a lot of refactoring. So for now, it's pushed to the side until we do the refactoring of the OpenConfig driver. This will not going to be merged. This will be merged, but will sit on the side, not being used by any of the drivers except a specific one. And then after we do the merging of the drivers, that we have a better overview of the implementation with just a few classes. We can decide either to use this approach for everything or just keep it as a side. If you guys are interested, is there's this patch here. I'm just gonna put the link so you guys can take a look at it. It's a long-lasting patch, but again, as I said, it's being revived since a long time. I'll ask Alessio to come and give a report on the patch as soon as he can on the call. Good. Anything else that you guys want to discuss or any other thoughts, comments? No? Then if not, thanks for joining everybody and thanks for the contribution as always. I'll be publishing the recording as usual to the ODTN YouTube channel, the same one you find the demo. If you have any thoughts, any discussions, feel free to send them via email or via Slack to myself or anybody who you want to discuss it with. Thanks. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye. Thanks. Bye bye.
Thanks, man.
Bye bye.
Take care. Bye bye.
Thanks. Bye.